Boxing News Hall of Fame writer Graham Houston provides his best bets as British super lightweight star Dalton Smith bids to capture the WBC world title against Subriel Matias in Brooklyn, USA, this weekend. Subriel Matias vs. Dalton Smith tips preview. Subriel Matias has surged back with 3 impressive wins after his upset defeat against Liam Paro. He captured the WBC 140-pound title by outscoring Alberto Puello in his last fight. But Matias faces a seriously tough test when the Puerto Rican pressure fighter defends his championship against Britain's unbeaten Dalton Smith, the WBC mandatory contender, on Saturday at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, broadcast coverage on ppv.com. Smith didn't look good in his last fight when he labored to a 12-round decision over Quebec's Matthew Germain. But was that just an off night? Smith had given some impressive performances leading into the Germain bout. The concern about Matias is the way he blew rounds against Liam Paro. On home ground in Puerto Rico, and the heavy betting favorite, Matias was expected to look good. Instead, he ended up losing a decision. So, in Smith we have a boxer who was unimpressive in his last fight, while in Matias we're looking at a fighter who was lackluster 4 fights ago, in June 2024. It's an intriguing contest in which a case can be made for either man, although Matias is the 5-8 favorite. Smith has some things in his favor. He's 28, 5 years younger than Matias. He's the fresher fighter. And of course, he hasn't learned how to lose, 18-0, 13 KOs. The fighter from Sheffield had an impressive sequence of 3 stoppage wins in a row when he halted British rival Sam Maxwell, Mexican veteran Jose Zepeda and France's Wally Duiza. However, Maxwell was known to lack durability. Zepeda was 34 and faded. He'd lost 2 of his last 3 fights, while Wally Duiza went out easily in the first round, showing a total lack of punch resistance. As for the Matthew Germain bout, Smith was in with an opponent who had survival in mind. Still, Smith basically won every round, although docked a point for a low blow, and scored 2 knockdowns. Then we have Matias, 23-2 with 22 knockouts. He looked listless against Liam Paro. It was almost as if losing didn't really bother him. However, we saw the real Matias in his next 3 fights. Matias walked through a setup in Roberto Ramirez in 2 rounds, brutally beat up Gabriel Galaz in 8, and in his last fight, in New York last July, Matias kept the heat on slick boxing southpaw Alberto Puello to pull out a majority decision win.